Welcome back to The Explainer. Today we're unpacking something absolutely massive: how freelancers and consultants aren't just using Claude as a neat little tool, but as a literal economic multiplier to completely scale up their income. We're talking about a fundamental shift in the landscape of independent work right beneath our feet.
So, let's kick things off with a massive reality check from the source material. Look, there's a lot of fear out there, right? But the danger isn't that AI is going to steal your job. No, the real danger is that you'll be outpaced by peers who actually adapt. The whole idea that AI just replaces humans, that is exactly backwards.
Just look at this 47% gap. Recent Upwork data shows us that freelancers using AI assistants, and Claude is the one cited most frequently here, are earning 47% more per hour than those who don't. And here's the real kicker. It's not because they're grinding harder or clocking insane hours. It's because the entire relationship between effort and output has been permanently altered.
We actually see this in practice with a freelance writer highlighted in our sources. She was grinding out one article a day, maxing out at around 10 grand a month, and honestly probably burning out. Fast forward, she tripled her effective hourly rate. She's now billing $18,000 a month. How? Simply by shifting from manual, grueling research to directing Claude's intelligence. She didn't drop her quality at all. She just compressed the boring scaffolding of her work into minutes instead of hours.
Okay, so here is our agenda for this explainer. We're going to cover the new AI economy, automating the admin layer, packaging your existing skills, becoming a software tailor, the B2B business playbook, and finally, the closing AI window.
All right, Section 1, the new AI economy, redefining the value of time.
What's super fascinating here is how Claude totally restructures what your time is actually worth. You see, when production costs drop, demand doesn't just vanish, it actually expands. The Freelancers Union is reporting a 2.8x productivity multiplier for writers using Claude. That means they're completing projects nearly 3 times faster, and get this, without dropping their fees. They're delivering at a speed that was literally impossible before. You're no longer getting paid just for the time it takes to type. You're getting paid for your strategy, your understanding of the audience, and your unique voice.
Moving on to Section 2, automating the admin layer, erasing friction. Now, for solo operators, the real secret to handling more clients is erasing that administrative friction. It's about stripping away the repetitive stuff so you can zero in on the expertise your clients are actually paying for. The gap between AI-generated noise that everyone ignores and an AI-assisted pipeline that actually converts comes down entirely to prompting. Notice the difference here? The right side uses really tight constraints, a specific persona, forbidden phrases, instead of that generic request on the left. Basically, if you give Claude vague inputs, you're going to get vague outputs. Specificity is the entire game.
So the absolutely crucial point here is that you do not need to know how to code to automate your firm. By using Claude projects, you can load persistent rules straight into the system. You feed it your exact ideal customer profile, your specific offer, your strict messaging rules, and this grounds every single output in your exact business context. It basically becomes a tireless assistant that actually sounds exactly like you.
Just think about the time savings for a second. By feeding Claude your standard service descriptions and pricing through that project context, a brutal 2-hour proposal drafting session shrinks down to a quick 15-minute review and approve process. That right there, that's the difference between having the capacity to take on another big client or just totally burning out.
Okay, Section 3, packaging your existing skills, the digital product engine.
We're stepping up the leverage ladder now. You know, a lot of people overcomplicate online income. They think they need some flawless website and a massive audience. You really don't. Claude can actually help you extract what you already know in your head and build a super logical product ladder, just like the one you see here. It seamlessly moves an audience from a quick $19 template all the way up to a premium course. Claude essentially acts as your personal product coach and launch planner.
Which brings us to Section 4, becoming a software tailor, the ultimate leverage. Now we are reaching the absolute peak of leverage. Traditional developers often get caught up in the weeds of complex code, but a software tailor operates entirely differently. They speak plain, everyday English into Claude code to spin up full applications in literally a matter of days. You don't have to think in code anymore. You just find inefficiencies in local businesses and use AI to build the exact software to fix them. The income potential here is just, it absolutely skyrockets.
And this is exactly where everyone else goes wrong. You absolutely must avoid the consumer app trap.
You know, building those flashy habit trackers for the general public that need massive marketing budgets and suffer from brutal churn? Instead, you want to point your AI tools at boring B2B businesses. We're talking plumbers, dentists, fire inspectors. They don't need Flash. They have real expensive pain, they have the cash on hand, and they desperately need to automate their manual tasks. Just look at the difference in that monthly pricing on the table.
All right, let's look at Section 5, the B2B Business Playbook, from 0 to 10K.
To actually land these incredibly lucrative deals, our sources outline this highly specific, totally repeatable system for securing your very first $10,000 contract. And this step-by-step framework, it uses Claude at every single stage. Use it to research niche pain points, generate the outreach emails, and even turn rough discovery call transcripts into a highly professional software blueprint and a fully priced proposal. It is a complete end-to-end system. Here's a perfect real-world example from our sources. One creator used this exact method to build a custom paperwork automating app for a fire inspection company using Claude. Get this, he charged $15,000 upfront, plus another $1,500 a month just for maintenance. And the crazy part, he didn't even know how to code. He just solved a highly expensive compliance problem for a quote-unquote boring business.
Here's another amazing example. A software tailor spent just $20 a month on a Claude subscription to literally vibe code a fully functional dog grooming app. It even included route optimization for mobile groomers, and he had the whole thing running in just 72 hours. Now he can turn around and sell that identical solution to dozens of other local groomers. It's a total game changer.
Finally, Section 6, the closing AI window, the urgency of action.
As incredible as all of this sounds, we have to be real. This massive economic advantage is not going to be a secret forever. Look at this timeline. We are currently sitting in a really brief 18 to 24-month window where using Claude effectively makes you exceptional. Today, you've got high margins and super low competition, but in 2 years, AI proficiency is inevitably going to become an expected baseline skill in the global market. The premium you can charge for this work will eventually compress.
The people who are making their move right now are building skills, client relationships, and portfolios that will compound long after this window closes. The market always rewards those who take action. So the only question left to ask yourself is this: are you going to keep hoarding AI prompts and just reading articles? Or will you finally build something that pays? Thanks for hanging out with me for this explainer. I really hope it sparked some massive ideas for you.